things there that I kind of wanted to highlight. The first is as you get higher and higher up, these people want to give information away. It seems like when you're starting at the bottom, or just even within our community, uh, in terms of the African American community, we have this crab in a barrel mentality where we want to kind of keep each other down and not share information to allow
Mm-hmm.
us to eat. Which, like I said, you have been finding out by experience that, and the higher you go up, and you're getting these different groups who people are hitting $1 million a year. They want to give out the information. They're excited or whatever you want to call it to give out the information as opposed to trying to keep the secret sauce to themselves. The second thing is, and this is a whole part of the reason for the channel is the
Mm-hmm.
big investment that you made. 20, 25 grand as part of this course or whatever to just learn the steps and processes. And I think again, when you're making 40, 50 grand a year, it's just tough. You just don't have enough money to be able to invest in
Yep.
yourself in that way. Whereas, hey, if you're making 80 grand, if you're making 75 grand as an individual, you can say, okay, well, you know what? Okay, I'm making 80 grand a year, but I want to maybe do something else. Or not necessarily do something else as far as quit your job and do something else full time, at least not at the beginning, but I want to invest in
Mm-hmm.
other skills and invest in other things, get information so that I can maybe do something in addition to doing my job, or at least at the start. But now, you can invest that 15, 20, $25,000 into uh,
Yep.
some type of course or program or whatever the case may be that's going to pay dividends for you down the road. So I think those were two things
Yep.
that I just wanted to highlight. So now I know, kind of going over an hour here, and I want to be respectful of your time. Uh, can you maybe talk a little bit about the mastermind groups, because it seems like the things that you were just talking about are different programs and courses, and I think one of them may have been a mastermind group. But can you
Mm-hmm.
hit on the importance of mastermind groups? I think Think and Grow Rich was in one of the books I think you may have referred to me by Napoleon Hill. That I think that lays out the framework of what a mastermind group is. But can you hit on
Well,
the importance of it in general and how important it has been for your success and your growth?
oh yeah, 100%. So if you want to be successful, there's no point in reinventing the wheel. Nobody does it. And so, okay, what is a mastermind? This is a group of men or women with like-minded individuals with similar goals who have one purpose, right? And sometimes it's to, like, if you're in a business, everyone has the one goal of making the business reach its goal.
Yeah.
And sometimes, in this case, it's just everybody in the same community who all has similar goals for themselves. And when you do that, and people are living in a state of abundance where, like, it's not crab in a barrel. If you win, then that means I lose. No, if you win, great, because I'm a win too.
All right.
The more I help you, matter of fact, the more I'm gonna win. So when you have people with that mentality in the group, in this case, we call it a mastermind. It's like something happens where people start to gel, people start to click, and opportunities, ideas, things start to come up that may have otherwise not been achievable. So it's a situation of 1 plus 1 equaling 3 or better, right? 1 plus 1. So maybe my algebra teacher wouldn't like that, but 1 plus 1 should always be more than 2. And if
Uh-huh.
it doesn't, it's a waste of effort, right? You want that all that means is individually, okay, we are ourselves, but if we're going to come together, we should not come together and be doing what we could do individually, just a sum of it. It should be greater than that.
All right.
And even with the investment. So Dave talked about, like, 25K here, and I spent substantially more than that now, but it didn't start with that. First thing was the mentality. First was like me buying a couple of books, a little program. I remember I was buying the program, it was only like $50, and it was like, man, it's a scam, blah, blah, blah. But I had, penny thoughts is what we call them, right? Where I'm worried about, am I getting scammed out of $25 or $50 for this book that potentially can help me gain more information? So that's where I started, right? And as I'm doing that and I'm investing time, I got to the point where I can, all right, I'm investing this $3,000, which it was a big deal. And I was really concerned about, like, man, what am I doing? Am I doing the right thing? Because I didn't have no clear path at this point. I'm on my own, right? So then after I did that, me spending $50, $100 on something, $200, it was like, all right, what's the information I can get? Is it valuable? Is it gonna help me reach my goal?
All
All
right.
right, cool. That became easy to do. Then over the years, now it's 25,000. That was a big decision for me when I made it. It was like, cool, I'm doing it, but I mean, and then it gives you something called accountability. So